Hi everyone, I'm Lewis from Wanting to Lose His Football Mind. Today's video, I'll be reacting to the England national team squad for the two upcoming Euro 2024 qualifiers when England play away to Ukraine on Saturday and Scotland next Tuesday. So I'm just going to go through the squad and do my opinion on Gareth Southgate's squad. So let's start with the three goalkeepers. Here, Sam Johnson, who has 3 England caps already, who plays for Crystal Palace. We have Jordan Pickford, who plays for Everton, and Aaron Ramsdale, who plays for Arsenal. Let's start with Sam Johnson. I was actually surprised Sam Johnson got in the squad. Obviously being starting for Palace this season. Not sure if he'll be starting after the international break because of Dean Henderson coming into Crystal Palace from Manchester United. I'm not sure who will start. Obviously, Guaita has been dropped, I think. I think he went to social media actually about Crystal Palace. I'm not sure if he's moved away now or not, but I'll have to check that. But yeah, I was quite surprised Sam Johnson was in the squad. Obviously, no Nick Pope, no Dean Henderson, so it'll be interesting. Nick Pope obviously hasn't had the best start of the season. It hasn't been awful. I think he had quite a shaky game against Brighton, but Gareth Southgate picked the squad by then, I think, and I don't think Nick Pope's had a terrible start of the season. He just hasn't been amazing. I haven't seen much of Sam Johnson so far this season, so I can't really judge. But I was a bit surprised about this one. But he might get a game, probably not. But we'll just have to wait and see. Next up, Jordan Pickford, who has 54 caps for England. No surprises here. Jordan Pickford's phenomenal for England. Obviously been criticised at Everton in the past, but I definitely think he is good enough to play for England. Starter, it's of course it's debatable, but he definitely delivers for England. So and I think he's really good for Everton. I think without John Pickford, Everton were relegated straight away last season. I think he makes some really good saves. So I think he does get criticised too much sometimes, but no doubt that John Pickford should be in the England squad. And Ramsdale, he's had a bit of a shitty start of the season. But yet again, I still think he deserves to be in the squad. There is no surprise that he is in the squad. He only has 3 caps on him, but he's still at a good age, so definitely go up in the future. But I still think Aaron Ramsey is a good goalkeeper. Obviously, David Villa has came into Arsenal to compete with Ramsdale, but I think Ramsdale is the better goalkeeper than Rhea, but I think they're both really good goalkeepers. But yeah, there's no surprise Aaron Ramsdale being in the England squad, in my opinion. So yeah, I've just picked out 2 goalkeepers. Obviously, no Dean Henson. Not sure if he's injured or not, or just settling into Crystal Palace. Or and Nick Pope, again, not sure if he's injured. I don't think he is, but since I think the last time he played was that Germany game. I think it was Germany. So and I think he made a mistake that game. So yes, I don't think he's played for England since. So I think he's a good goalkeeper, but yeah, he's not great on his feet. Nick Pope, but yeah, still think he's a good goalkeeper. But the 3 England goalkeepers are Johnson, Pickford, and Ramsdale. So let's go on to defenders and Ben Chilwell, Chelsea, Levy Colwill, Chelsea, Lewis Dunk, Brighton, Mark Gahey, Crystal Palace, Harry Maguire, Manchester United, Takayo Tomori, AC Milan, Kieran Trippier, Newcastle United, Kyle Walker, Manchester City. I think most of these are fair. Let's start with Ben Chilwell. He's had a okay start of the season. I think obviously he is quite far forward in that so-called wing back position. Left back, wing back, been starting for Chelsea this season. I think Ben Chilwell's a good footballer, and I do think he deserves an England call up. Obviously Luke Shaw is injured, so Chilwell probably will be starting in that left back role, unless Southgate puts, for example, Trippier on the left back position and Walker on the right back position. I'm not sure yet, but I think Chilwell does deserve this call up. Next up is Levy Colwill, Chelsea. This one's really interesting. Liverpool were after him, but Pochettino insisted all summer that he is not for sale, and I don't blame him. I think he won the under 21 Euros, sorry, with England in the summer, part of the squad that won the competition, the final against Spain. So yeah, he had a really good summer and a phenomenal loan spell at Brighton and Hove Albion last season. Brighton also tried to sign Colwill this summer, but yet again Chelsea said no. But yeah, I think this is a really deserved call up. His first England call up, but we'll just have to wait and see if he starts or not. But I definitely think he is a really good centre back, really young as well, and this lad has definitely got a future in the England national team squad if he can stay fit. And I'm quite excited to see if Colwill will play in these qualifiers. So next up is Lewis Dunk. Absolutely deserves a call up, no doubt. I think Lewis Dunk is a very, very good footballer, a very good defender. He's only got one cap on him, but I think Lewis Dunk does deserve more credit than he gets. Been at Brighton for years now, has over 400 appearances, I believe, for Brighton. So he's just a Brighton legend, and he's done absolutely brilliant under De Zerbi in that back line, with Van Heck. So no doubt that Lewis Dunk deserves a call up, and hopefully he starts. So next up is Marc Guéhi for Crystal Palace. Again, I apologise, I haven't watched a lot of Crystal Palace this season. The one team really I haven't watched a lot of, I was away when Palace played Arsenal, so I couldn't watch that game, which I was quite disappointed about. But yeah, no doubt Marc Guéhi deserves a call up for England. Really solid young centre back who definitely has a future in the England national team squad. So next up is Harry Maguire, and here we go. Here is the controversial view. It is split opinion. Harry Maguire being in the England squad. It's a hard one. Harry Maguire came on for Manchester United against Arsenal, and Arsenal fans were cheering him when he came on. That just sums up the last few years for him. I think he does get hated a bit too much. I think people do criticise him for hardly anything sometimes, but I'm not batting him up fully. But I think he does get a bit of too much hate. But yeah, again, I don't think he should be in the England squad, especially hardly playing any minute this season for Manchester United and being constantly making mistakes for his club. And Southgate says you have to be performing, have to be playing regular first team football to be in the England squad, and he is not doing that. But obviously for England, he's fantastic. It's just a different player when he plays for England. So hopefully we see the Harry Maguire that we always see for England in these qualifiers. But in my opinion, I don't think he should be in the squad. Next up is Takaya Tomori, AC Milan. I am delighted Tomori is in this squad. Fantastic centre back, one of the best in Serie A. Always been solid. This lad, fantastic, a good age as well. So 100% deserves the England call up. Only has 3 caps before him, before that, sorry, and I definitely think he deserves a start for England in these qualifiers. Next up, Kieran Trippier at Newcastle. Yeah, no doubt about that. Obviously, Luke Shaw injured, so I don't know if he'll play left back Trippier or he will play right back one game and then Walker plays right back the other game. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, no doubt Kieran Trippier deserves an England call up. Kyle Walker next. Yeah, again, no doubt that Kyle Walker deserves an England call up. 100%. Deserves it. No debate whatsoever. Just a few players. John Stones obviously injured, he would have got in. Luke Shaw injured, he would have got in. 100%. And then Tyrone Mings probably would have got in. I think he's been really good since Unai Emery's came to Aston Villa. Obviously that horrific knee injury against Newcastle, horrible to see. Looks like he'll be out for the full season. So that is a big blow for England and Aston Villa, and it might have ruined his chances to get into the Euro 2024 squad. So we wish Tyrone Mings all the best in his recovery. So next up, midfielders. I'll just go through the list. Jude Bellingham, unbelievable. Sums up Liverpool's owners really. Why did we not go in for Jude Bellingham? I know obviously we went in for Caicedo, but by then Henderson got sold, Fabinho got sold, so we did get a bit more money in. But honestly, we should have cashed in on this lad. 5 goals for Real Madrid so far, a late goal against Getafe, which I do believe is a derby. I think Getafe and Real Madrid are really close together, I believe. So he's scoring already so many goals. He's top scorer in La Liga. It's just unbelievable. He's been signed this summer by miles so far, and it's really, really frustrating that Liverpool did not at least go in for him. But what can you do? So undoubtedly deserves the England call up, and he will be England captain in the future, no doubt about that. He's got the leadership qualities to be England captain, and when Harry Kane retires, 100%. Next up, Conor Gallagher. I'm not sure about this one. If you could pick Conor Gallagher or, for example, James Ward-Prowse, who didn't get in the squad, I'd rather James Ward-Prowse. I think Conor Gallagher is a good player, but I'm not sure that he should be in this England squad. Next up, John Henson. I'm not going to be biased here. Obviously, I love John Henson, but should he be in the squad? No, not really. Is that because he moved to Saudi Arabia? No, definitely not. It doesn't matter where a footballer is playing. As long as they have the quality to be in the squad, then they should be in the squad. John Henson, obviously way past his best. I still think he's a brilliant leader, which is probably why he's in the squad. Obviously, I think he's one of Southgate's favourites, to be honest. So I'm not going to be biased here. I'm going to say he shouldn't be in the squad. But obviously there is quite a few injuries right now in certain positions for England. So, but a full fit England, John Henson probably not. But which is sad to say because he's still a really good player, but he's just not as good as he used to be, and I don't think he's good enough for this England squad. Next up, James Maddison, 100% deserves the England call up, no doubt about that. Fantastic footballer. He's been Premier League one of the best Premier League signs of the summer. 40 million. Why didn't more clubs not go in for him? 40 million is a bargain for James Maddison. I thought Leicester would be trying to get 60 million mark. Obviously Lavia went to Chelsea for around £60 million, which compared to Maddison, he's obviously Lavia's younger, but James Maddison, even if one's calm, one's CDM, you'd rather Maddison 40 million any day of the week. A Premier League proven player, top quality, on corners, on set pieces, and got a really good shot on him, and he's got a few goals and assists for Tottenham so far, so he's been one of the best signs of the summer for me so far. Calvin Phillips, no, not a chance. Calvin Phillips should be in the squad. I am being harsh here, but he hasn't played any minutes of football for Manchester City. He's hardly played since he came from Leeds. I don't know why City signed him in the first place. I didn't think he was good enough in the first place to sign for Manchester City. Obviously, I think he got England Player of the Year a few years ago. I think that was either 2020 or 2021. But then, yeah, he was a really good player. And I still think he is a good player, but he's not Manchester City level. Or he's not Manchester City starting level. Maybe he's definitely not getting in a Manchester City squad over Rodri, and he shouldn't be getting in this England squad, especially with playing hardly any minutes for Manchester City this season and even last. It's a bit harsh on other players like James Ward-Prowse who are missing out. And James Ward-Prowse has had 1 goal, 3 assists so far for West Ham after his £30 million move from Southampton. He's made an impact for West Ham. Calvin Phillips hasn't made an impact for Manchester City. So Declan Rice next, another player who I could see being England captain in the future, and when Harry Kane retires, no doubt that Declan Rice should be in this England squad, no doubt whatsoever. A brilliant leader, calm on the ball, composed, really good shot on him. obviously winning the game for Arsenal against Manchester United at the weekend. That is why you pay the big bucks for a big player. 105 million. It's a lot of money, but that is what you pay for, those moments where you haven't been the best during the game, but you just about get over the line. That's what top players and top teams do. So no doubt Declan Rice should be in this team. Obviously, Trent Alexander-Arnold, it catch my eye when the England squad came out that Trent Alexander-Arnold was put under in midfield, so he probably would have played this midfield role for England, but sadly he's had to withdraw after injury against Aston Villa with Liverpool. Could miss their next game against Wolves, which would be a big blow for Liverpool. Out for around 2 weeks, so hopefully he's back for Wolves, but if not, I think he's back after Wolves, so that's good for Liverpool. So we're lucky it's not a big injury, but yeah, it would be nice to see Trent play for England in these qualifiers. So we move on to forwards now. Let's start with Eberechi Eze, who has one cap on him. Yeah, he's really good young talent. Crystal Palace keeping hold of him this summer will definitely help them this season. Yeah, I definitely think Eze deserves a call up. Next up, Phil Foden. Been playing in around Kevin De Bruyne's position this season. Played really well in the second half against Fulham. Played really well against Newcastle. I thought he's the best player on the pitch that night. So he's been really good this season, Phil Foden, when he's been asked upon, especially after De Bruyne's injury till at least December. So yeah, Phil Foden, no doubt he should be in this team. Harry Kane, who was joined by Munich, obviously no doubt he should be captain anyway. It doesn't matter if he's playing for Tottenham or for Bayern. Harry Kane is England captain, and there should be no debate about that. He's a fantastic leader, and he's our all-time leading goal scorer for England, 58 goals, I believe. So no doubt Harry Kane should be in the squad, and no doubt he should be captain, even though he is playing abroad. So Eddie Nketiah, first call up for Eddie Nketiah. This one's interesting. I've just picked some players out on my stat sheet here that should or maybe could have had a case in being in this England squad. Jarrod Bourne had a really good start this season. Scored against Luton and scored a few other goals so far this season. Jack Grealish had to withdraw due to injury. And then Raheem Sterling has had a good start this season, even though Chelsea have started terribly. I think Raheem Sterling has been really good, that bright light in that Chelsea team, and he's starting to improve in this Chelsea squad under Mauricio Pochettino. So I definitely think Sterling could have gotten the squad. Obviously, Tammy Abraham's injured till next year, I believe. So hopefully Tammy Abraham gets well soon. And then Ollie Watkins has had a decent start this season as well. I'm not sure if he scored yet, Ollie Watkins, but I still think he could have been in the squad. I'm not saying he should have been, but he definitely could have at least had a case. And then Jadon Sancho, I'm not saying he should be in the squad, it's just a big name to put out there, but obviously Jadon Sancho could be in a lot of trouble with that Erik ten Hag and his situation with apparently Sancho not being in the squad because he's not working hard enough in training. So, and then Sancho responds to that and says it's lies, pretty much. So that could be really bad for Sancho, because you know what Ten Hag's like with players he doesn't want. He got rid of Ronaldo, he got rid of De Gea, he nearly got rid of Maguire, but Ten Hag is a firm manager, and I do like that. I 100% like that. I do agree with Ten Hag in ways, but obviously we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, so we can't really scrutinise either person in this situation. So next up, Marcus Rashford. No doubt whatsoever, Marcus Rashford should be in the squad. He's been really he hasn't been brilliant so far this season, but Manchester United have been awful. They look terrible so far this season, but Marcus Rashford scored a really good goal against Arsenal, pretty much out of nothing. He hasn't really had much support. Obviously, Højlund's coming in now. after an injury, so that could help. But Martial, he doesn't offer much, Martial, does he? So Rashford has to do much of it on his own, and he does that really well. Obviously, Bukayo Saka, no doubt in the squad. Again, a player who could go for that England captaincy in the future. Unbelievable player. I was watching Saturday the other day, and then Paul Merson was saying if Liverpool sell Salah, then they should get Saka for 150 million in January. That would be really interesting. I'm not saying it will happen. It's definitely a possibility. I don't think Arsenal would sell Saka to Liverpool though, not for 150 million. I think they'd want more, to be honest, especially for a player that young and with that much potential and already a world class right winger. But yeah, definitely takes. I'm just saying, I'm definitely 100% take Salah at Liverpool in the future. Maybe not over Salah now, but obviously Salah is 31 years old and Salah, I think he's 21. Salah. So yeah, there is a big age difference. But if we did sell Salah, then Salah would be one out of two replacements that I'd only want if Salah left. Not telling you the other one. So next up, Cam Wilson hasn't. Don't think he started a game yet, but he scored a few goals off the bench for Newcastle so far this season. Scored against Brighton, off the bench. So yeah, I think it's fair enough. Obviously there is players like Watkins who could have made a case, but yeah, I think Wilson is yeah, I think Wilson does deserve a call up. So there is my reaction to the England squad. Hopefully we can get 2 wins against Ukraine and Scotland to continue our push for Euro 2024 qualification. It looks like we'll get it really. We've had a perfect start so far in the qualifier games we've already had. So let's hope we can keep it up. So that is my reaction to the England national team squad. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.